you truly know the ocean?
I think that we all know what the ocean is. Oceans are infinity masses of waters, but in truly, we don't know much at all.
Well, we are going not beginning to understand how unique and different from each other the oceans are. They play a critical role in regulating Earth's water and the climate. Also, they have a significant influence over the creation and ever-changing formation of the land.
Oceans house extraordinarily diverse forms of life. However, despite more than 100 years of oceanographic exploration, we are still only paddling on the surface of the immense resource.
We are often told that we know more about the surface of Mars and the Moon than the depth of the ocean, because 95% of the ocean is unexplored. The entire ocean has now been mapped at up to 5 km resolution, which means we can see most features larger than 5 kilometers across those maps. That's the resolution of the new global seafloor map, which uses some nifty tricks with satellites to estimate the landscape of the seafloor, and even reveals some features of the Earth's crust lurking beneath seawater sediments.
Unlike mapping the land, we can measure the landscape of the seafloor directly from satellites using radar because seawater blocks those wavelengths of electromagnetic radiation. But satellites can use radar to measure the height of the sea surface very accurately. And if there are enough measurements to subtract the effects of waves and tides, satellites can actually measure bumps and dips in the sea surface that result from the underlying landscape of the ocean floor.
Also, there has been some research about the unexplored masses of water. For example, the Grackle Ridge.
The Gackel Ridge is located in the Arctic Ocean between Greenland and Siberia. Running between Greenland and Siberia, the Gackel Ridge is the deepest mid-ocean ridge in the world, reaching depths of up to 3 miles. It's no surprise then that the darkest corners of the Gackel Ridge remain largely unexplored. Despite this, the underwater mountain chain is where scientists found third Arctic hydrothermal vents only in 2003. Another example are the hydrothermal vents that are a hot spot for sea organisms with up to 100,000 times higher density of organisms than the surrounding ocean, and those in the Gackel Ridge being so isolated from other oceans. These vents are likely to contain species found nowhere else on the planet. In 2007, researchers conducted the Arctic Gackel Vents Expedition mission, in which they discovered large amounts of pyrrollastic volcanic deposits, which appear as glass-like structures on the seafloor. The group used an underwater robot to explore the area and found mats of large amounts of microbial life.
Despite there has been made so much research about the ocean, there are also difficulties that had been present.
The deep sea environment poses a number of complicated problems to scientists, energy developers, telecommunication engineers, and others that leading technical minds are working to solve. Technology has developed components for using extreme machinery systems, like those used in the undersea exploration vehicles, and specialists believe that the right technical solutions can help drive the innovations required to further this important area of study.
The deep sea environment presents even more questions and challenges than space exploration does. Many challenging factors must be negotiated when developing systems from the subsea machinery used in research, exploration, and other applications. This can include the following: an expectation to work constantly and for thousands of hours without maintaining supports. The highly corrosive nature of the seawater, the extreme pressure stress on all equipment components in the deep ocean, insufficiency, unreliable and prohibitively expensive power supplies, and finally, the complex process undertaken by exploration and extraction machines.
Other problem is that the pressure at the bottom of the ocean is for the most part immense. Most of the ocean is very deep, between 4,000 and 5,500 meters. At the deepest point, Challenger Deep, it is almost 11,000 meters to the surface. If you drop Mount Everest in, it will be way down, not way up.
In summary, the equipment required to do the exploration is very difficult to design and constantly very expensive to build. Once the expensive equipment gets down there, it can't see much. Therefore, it costs an enormous amount of money to find out very little. It is important research that has to be done, but with limited funds, we get limited results, and chances are that we'll be getting even less in the near future. As we know the ocean have a lot of mysteries, we are going to talk about the top 3.
Milky Sea phenomenon. Milky Sea refers to the unique milky glow of the waters of the Indian Ocean. The ocean phenomenon occurs on account of bioluminescent bacterial action and in turn causes the water to turn blue, which appears to the naked eye as being milky white in color in the darkness. The Milky Sea phenomenon has been documented to be in existence for over 4 centuries.
Convergence of Baltic and North Sea. This oceanic phenomenon has been a highly debated topic. The convergence point of the North and the Baltic Sea occurs in the province of Skien in Denmark. However, because of the different rates of densities of the sea waters continue to remain separate in spite of their convergence. It is said that the East Ocean phenomena find a mention in the Holy Koran.
That, if you can't tell, have been sped up immensely. Concentrated saltwater escapes from within the frozen ice form above the ocean surface and seep into the depths of the water. However, once the concentrated salt goes under the surface of the water, on account of natural processes, it freezes and gets formed into brinicles. Brinicles occur in the frigid oceanic waters around the pole.
Because the brine is freezing, well, there's the water. As we know, the Earth depends on the ocean. Around 70% of the ocean surface is covered by oceans, but at the same time, we don't know much about it.
Technically, we have known more about the topography of Mars than we do about the Earth's seafloor, and oceans certainly have a much direct impact on our everyday lives than the surface of Mars. Oceans are one of the most amazing places on Earth, bursting with wildlife and teeming with mysteries to be solved. We've still only explored a tiny fraction.
We have only explored about 5% of the world's oceans. There's a lot more to be discovered.
This is all for today. Thanks for watching.